to be doing some analyses of my daily races. This is a very recent race in which the car that I will be spectating throughout the race tries to claim that I ran them wide. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Maybe it was justified, maybe it wasn't. So we're going to hop in here. You've got real NRG Dory on pole position in the Porsche 911 GT3, GT2, whatever this is. These cars are so old that I don't even know anymore. I know it's the 991. But anyways, down into turn one of Trial Mountain reverse, and he's already on the back foot, on pole position. I'm already on his butt. I'm right there. You see me rocking the Get a Job livery right here. McDonald's livery. Love this Audi R8 on this track. It's so good. Anyways, he's on the back foot. We're on his tail. We're going to have a much better entrance and exit through this corner, just carrying more speed than he is. He's entering way too narrow. So I give him a little bump right there, you know, hoping that he would, you know, pick up the pace a little bit and take a much better line through there. Clipped the wall, but it's not really going to shave too much. So I decided, okay, let's pull away. Let's work together. Let's get away from this pack behind. We don't want Najee Boy or Naja Boy catching us. So here we are down the back straight. I'm right on his tail, and boom, there you go. There's a bump draft. So already it should be telling this guy that, hey, I'm cool. I'm not going to try anything super aggressive. I'm not going to, you know, try this on the first lap. It's the first lap. Let's just settle in. He gets his tires really dirty right there. You don't want to clip that apex too much on Trial Mountain reverse because there's so much dirt that your tires are just going to be dirty for the following two corners. But if this was normal Trial Mountain, then yes, you do want to clip that apex to ensure you have an insane amount of exit speed onto the main straight. But here we go, just taking some better lines, some better entrances and exits than him. Right there, though, I had to go down a gear because I'm in the wash, so I knew that I was going to lose some time there. But we're going to gain that back pretty quickly here on this lap. Yeah, this guy is claiming to have been run wide by me, but you're going to see very soon that I wasn't the only one. Let's just say I wasn't the only one. But yeah, hopping back on board with real NRG Dory, just taking some poor lines in this Porsche. I mean, this is a great car, and he's just not doing it justice. Here in the Flying Lizard livery, what a beautiful livery that is. I mean, I do love the livery he's got in the car. But he's not loving these hard tires. You know, you gotta get you a car that can rotate. So, you know, I stuck my nose up the inside there. He goes super mega wide, back up the inside, and I clip the wall again. So I decide, okay, well, I clipped the wall, just lost about maybe 2/10, and we got the pack behind. So let's go for the bump draft once again. And that is what you should do when you are racing. When you lose time, you want to bump draft. Just continue to pull ahead. Make it a two-horse battle. You never want to lose too much time fighting and then end up making it a three-horse battle. See, he's taking that apex just a little too much and then going in very narrow here. Dirty tires are going to cause him to have low rotation speeds. He's going to scrub way too much speed and alternating, too much steering angle, and then boom, right there. Yeah, let's just watch that again. I kind of got distracted. Just took my eye off of the apex and put my eye on him, and we both ended up clipping the apex, clipping that little rock right there. So we just lost a ton of time, he and I. So we're gonna try to gain that back. We've got Naja Boy right on our tail, following along with Sergeant 3. We're gonna make our way into the final turn, the penultimate turn, and I'm gonna have to go a bit defensive here. So move over to the right-hand side. Right-hand side is where you want to be on this main straight, on the first straight. Into turn one, you want to be on the right-hand side. A little bit of a tap right there from Naja Boy. As you can see, you want to be over here because Naja Boy gets you know, almost hung out to dry there. If you're on that left-hand side, you know, you can dive up the inside, but you know, you're just going to get switched back on. So jumping back on board with the Get a Job livery car, aka me, and a McDonald's livery Audi R8. And we've lost a few tenths, if not a whole second here soon, to real NRG Dory. But as you can tell, he is horrible through this second sector. Sorry, first sector. I apologize. And so now we're right on the back of him again. And this time I said, you know what, screw it. I'm tired of bump drafting you if you're just going to be slow. So I'm going to act like I'm going to bump draft you. You know, I'm not going to pull over, 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 and boom, pull over. I am now alongside, and he turns in and then hits me again and then switchbacks. So we're just going to go through that again, but from his perspective. So, you know, we're going. Boom. Oh my gosh, there's a car alongside of me. Let me just turn in. And then I gas it. Instead of, you know, fluttering the throttle, I gassed it into your rear end. So he hits me twice. It was a good switchback, you know. It was a good skill move, but it wasn't a good move morally. So he doesn't concede the position. So I decide, okay, all right, let's get aggressive. So I want to be right on the back of him for this main straight right here coming up into turn 1. Here we are rounding the second to last corner here. Off the throttle a little bit and then throw the car in just over that white and blue. I'm blanking on the name of that curb. So we are all over the back of him. We draw alongside here on the right hand side, and this is where I said you want to be. And he goes in very narrow. I didn't know what he was going to do, so I went in very wide, and then boom, I'm right there. This is where he says I pushed him wide. He pushed me wide earlier. This is where he claims that I pushed him wide. We're gonna take this frame by frame. So come in. I cut the wheel here, so I'm already turning here. Turning. And it's weird because the game still says I'm ahead of him. So if the game says I'm ahead of you, then dude, I'm ahead of you. He's on the outside of a very, very, very tight turn. Now, he's still ahead of me here, ahead of me here, ahead of me here, ahead of me here. Boom. We are alongside each other. Boom. Boom. And he's continuing to turn. He doesn't stop turning. Boom. Boom. There's the contact. As you can see, though, I didn't continue to turn into him. As soon as I saw there was contact, I got off of it. He gets run wide, drops down, not 1, not 2, but I want to say at least 6 positions, 7 positions maybe? Because it just got in his head, but we're going to go back and watch that again. So here I am, on his ass, on his butt, draw alongside, on the brakes, heavy on the brakes, trail off the brake, down into first gear, on the power, not too much though. And then there's just honestly barely any contact. If anything, if he would have just stopped turning in there, he would have made it through that corner just fine. Just fine. So we're actually gonna hop on board and just check out his steering angle, just so I can get the satisfaction that I know he continued to turn in. I wasn't trying to force him wide. I was trying to force him narrow there and then wide here, but look at it, it's just fully to the right-hand side. If he would have just popped off the throttle, maybe tapped the brake a little bit, he would have been fine. Me, on the other hand, I didn't pull my steering wheel to the left at all. Look at that, I'm fully to the right, trying to evade the contact. I might have even tapped the brake, who knows? This is the 3rd time I've raced this guy. I've beaten him twice and lost to him once. The first time was the loss. It was not his fault. It wasn't my fault either. I got pushed and spun out. But yeah, I mean, I'm tapping the brake, trying to get through. You know, the guy is it's delusional. Yeah, the downfall of this man is insane. He spins. He spins. Yeah. Gets on the power. He's in the grass. He's turning before braking. which just doesn't make any sense. I think that's why he's getting such poor like cornering speed. But anyways, that's it for this daily race analysis. Let me know what you think. If anybody sees this video, appreciate it.